All right, guys. Today it's getting around. I hear ya. Shh. Trying to make a movie over here. Thank you. All right, today, guys, we're gonna fire up the furnace. It's finally getting to that time. You'll probably hear a little bit of wind. Boy, are you mouthy. Ignore the chicken. But we're gonna go ahead and get fired. It's finally starting to get to that time. It's getting chilly out, and yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff I want to show you that I've made some changes over the winter or over the summertime. So let me get that lid off. Chimney covers off. Turn it on. Alright, all valves are open. So as you can see, everything was cleaned out from last year. I put WD-40 on the inside, and then also I had to get new clips for the back for the air channels because when I took the other ones out, I bent them. So all that's done. What we plan on doing now is we're going to take 2 bags of charcoal and put the charcoal inside of here along with some wood on top of it and light it. That's how we're going to fire this year. So what I get, instant lighting charcoal. I know some folks last time I made this video said about, wrong side, said about just throwing the bag in there and lighting the bag. I don't personally want a gigantic block of charcoal. I would rather myself spread it out, have everything heat evenly. As you can see, charcoal's pretty much up to the air tube, primary air charge tube. And then what I'll do is I'll light this. I'm gonna put some cardboard in here. I'm gonna light this, and then I'm gonna throw some wood on top of it right out of the gate. This video is not sponsored by Miller Lite. We're gonna see how good this charcoal really is. Wax. All right, so first step, turn that on. That is pretty good instant light stuff. It's impressive, actually. Wow. Some damn good charcoal. All right, so I'm gonna hit ignition air. And I'm gonna close it. All right, so I personally like to leave the bypass door open at least until get all that stuff lit. And then once that gets lit, we're gonna throw some smaller firewood on it than the bigger stuff. Alright, so before people start running their big old pie holes, yes, I did not cover this wood. I literally got done splitting this firewood last week. I'm behind on a lot of stuff. It is what it is. I do plan on covering it. Just haven't got that far yet. I'm gonna switch it over to bypass now to start burning down. Good enough. All the charcoal has caught. Oh, that's too big. So we just crested 102 degrees water temperature. We're about 730 on the reaction chamber, and she's burning pretty clean. You can see a little bit, but overall not bad. So if you remember in very early on videos, we had two big trees here. That firewood was stacked right alongside this old barn, old shed here. And yeah, so we split that firewood in the last couple weeks. That tree's been down for over a year, and stacked the wood here. Normally I would put the wood in there, and that's where I've been putting it for the last decade. But there's some changes coming, hopefully this year. So we ended up stacking all the firewood right here. Yes, I'm going to get a tarp. I just haven't got there yet. Been super busy. This is not enough wood for me to burn for the whole year. I figured this out to be right around like 4.25 cord of wood. You know, depending on temperature and stuff like that, 4.25 wood would probably take me to February. So I'm gonna need to buy more wood. I just, once again, haven't got around to it yet. And yeah, so we'll see. This wood here that I'm burning is actually Kentucky coffee tree, a Kentucky coffee tree. That's what was planted on the farm. And I took one of the main sections of the trunk and actually took it to a buddy of mine who's got a sawmill, a portable sawmill, and he does some cutting on the side. And we cut that up in, I forget what he told me, 15 inches wide by 12 feet long by 2 inches thick, or 8/4, and hopefully gonna make a table out of that. I think that's gonna be pretty cool, like an heirloom from the farm. So check back in a little bit. We are roughly about an hour in. So as you can see, we have the water temperature at 150 degrees. So the thermostatic mixing valve that I have inside of my house, it now will allow a little bit of water to trickle past and start feeding the other, the hot water tank and my heating coil in my furnace. So we're gonna go ahead and plug this in. And the water now will start circulating. Perfect. So that thermostatic mixing valve is right here. It's now allowing hot water to run through the pipes. Whoa. All the way over to the hot water tank, which now I will open up. That's done. And in this old house, the heat exchanger used to be right here, okay? I wanted to take it out of the return because now I got a new furnace. So what we did was we put it in the plenum, but we had to put it in the backside. It's gonna be a little bit dark, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Apologize if this is super grainy, but you'll get the gist of it. So coil sits literally right on top of the plenum. You have the turn off for the coil. Bypass is closed right now, and then return back to the furnace. So everything is ready and raring to go. So right now we're at 840 degrees for the reaction chamber temperature, and 184 degrees. So this furnace is set to turn off at 185. So that should happen just about any time now. And really, I mean, the charcoal, it's the only way to go when starting this furnace. It takes all the cardboard and all that other stuff way out of the equation. Before, you used to have to set a TP and all kind of small kindling wood and all that. So me personally, I'll be keeping extra charcoal on hand because it just makes it that much easier to fire this furnace. That Easy Light stuff, that's the first time my wife ever bought that kind of charcoal, and man, that stuff was awesome. There we go. As you can see, it shuts the primary air solenoid and just leaves the secondary air solenoid open, so it's going to start purging itself of those flammable gases, and that's it. She started. All right, guys, if you have any questions, comments, drop something below. I like responding to the comments, and I appreciate everybody tuning in for the boiler video stuff. You know, that's probably how to load my central boiler. It's probably my #1 video right now. Just crazy to think that it's been viewed over 40,000 times. So, all right, guys, we'll have a good one. We'll see you next time. All right, guys, today it's getting around. I hear ya. Shh. Trying to make a movie over here. Thank you. A little bit of wind. Boy, are you mouthy. Ignore the chicken.